In my previous video, I did an unboxing, and today I am going to show you a detailed overview and gameplay. So the moment you set it up, you will be able to see all these different menu options, right? So first is the Headout, status, care, memories, and settings. Okay, so let's go through them one by one. So the first option we have here is Headout. So Headout is like the main point of this flower go walk, right? Because the whole point of the flower go walk is like a pedometer where you clock your steps. So if we select Headout, and there'll be various options: quest, hospital, and the shop. Okay, so let's first go to the quest. So when you go to the quest, there's actually like various locations that you can choose where you want to go. Alright? And for each new location that you visit, it will unlock a new memory. So later I will show you where the memories are. For each location, it shows you how many steps required to arrive there. For example, post office requires 465 steps, and the library requires 400 steps. These are just a few of the locations that we can visit. Let's say now I want to visit the library. So I select it and I select yes, so let's go. And then we need 400 steps to get there. I'm not going to actually walk. For the sake of this video, I'm just going to shake it until we hit 400. So you see, like, the steps will get reduced over time. So as you're walking, occasionally you'll get this beep, and then there'll be an alert with this exclamation mark. That means an event is happening. So you can press the check button, and various events, like random events, will just happen. And let's look at this one. So in this case, we just received like 5 coins from a stranger. How kind of them. But yep. So basically, while you're walking, occasionally such random events will happen. So do check on your device from time to time. Now, we have 220 more steps to go. So let's continue walking. Okay, 5 more steps to go. And we have arrived. So when you arrive, there's again an alert or a beep, and then there's this yellow star. So we have arrived at the location. And we're here. So it'll just show you like an animation of your flower visiting the location. And then you get to take a commemorative photo, and you save it in the album. Oh, I got glasses as well. So you sometimes can get items as well. I'll show you later where to find the items. And so that's how you visit a place. So the main goal of this game is basically to visit as many places as possible by bringing your flower everywhere you go. The second location in Headout is hospital. Sometimes your flower gets sick, and then when it gets sick, you have to bring it to the hospital. Currently, I don't think I can go to the hospital because I'm not sick. So yep. This is only for when you get sick. And then there's also a shop. So you can go to the shop to buy items as well. Remember earlier we earned some coins, or rather we received some coins from a stranger. So when you accumulate enough coins, you get to go to the shop, and it takes 200 steps to arrive at the shop. So let's go for a walk. Okay, and we have arrived. So when you get to the shop, you get to buy various things. Like you get to buy food. Alright, so these are all the food that you can buy. And once you buy something, it'll appear in your food inventory. So let's say, for example, I want to buy a donut. Okay. And then I want to buy an item as well. So these are the various items that you can buy. So these are basically like toys. For example, say I buy a basketball, and then later I can let my flower play with the basketball. Okay, so I'm done. And so that was Headout. Now let's move on to the second option of the menu, that is the status. On the status is where you can check your flower status. So there are a few stats under the vitals, alright? In vitals, you have the first icon is the water. Second icon is happiness, I guess, because it looks like a musical note, so I guess it's happiness. And then the third one is hunger, and the fourth one is like thirst, I guess. Okay, and then we also have the HP and the speed and the power, luck, and then this is my flower's name and the size of my flower. Okay, so these are all the stats. Later I will show you how to increase the stats, although I'm not sure exactly every single one, but I'll try my best, at least those that I know. Okay, so these are the vitals, and then next are the steps. So the stats of how much steps you have taken. So for example, today I have taken 853 steps. This is the total that I've taken over the entire lifespan of this device. Honestly, I have no idea what this chart is about, but it's probably something to do with your steps as well. Okay, these are just the steps. And then next is the time, which is pretty straightforward. It basically just shows you the time. Okay, so these are the items in status. Okay, and then next we move on to care. This is where you get to interact and care for your flower. So the activities that you do in care for your flower will impact the status of your flower. For example, if you water your flower, then the water stat on the status will increase. And next is food. Of course, as you probably can guess, when you feed your flower, then the hunger will decrease. So sandwich is actually infinite, and there are some other items that are not. For example, earlier I bought a donut, right? So the donut is here, and I have 2 now. So if I feed it 1, I'll have 1 left. So some of the items are not infinite and some are. I think only sandwich is. Okay, so that was food. And then in addition, there's also juice. So when you feed your flower some juice, because juice is a beverage, right? So it will increase the drink bar of the status. Alright, so that was food. And then next you have touch. So touch is where you can pet your flower. So you just press the OK button repeatedly to pet your flower to make it happy. Okay. And then the next one is play. Okay, so the next one is play. By playing with it, you actually increase its happiness. Remember earlier in the vitals, there's this musical note that shows its happiness. So when you play with it, you actually increase that happiness. So this is the basketball that we just bought. I'm going to let my flower play with the basketball. And that's how you increase its happiness. Alright, next is a dress up. So for dress up, you can actually dress your flower up in various accessories. Like we have this ribbon here, a potted plant, or rather a pot. And remember earlier we just received a pair of glasses, so that's where we can find it here. So let's say I want to let my flower wear glasses. I'll put my glasses on the flower, like that. So now my flower has a pair of glasses. And then let's say a scarf, so I can let my flower wear a scarf that looks like that. Or I can change its pot. Say I want my flower to use this pot. Oh, it's already wearing it, right? Let's say I want my flower to change to this simple pot. So, and there we go. Okay. So this is about dress up. Next is training. So training is where you increase its speed and power. Remember earlier when I showed you in the status, and then there was the speed and the power, right? So in order to increase its speed and power, you have to go to training. Okay, so on training, you have 2 types of games. The first one is a brick crash. So brick crash to increase the power of your flower. So let's play it. I'll show you. You just have to press the OK button repeatedly. Okay, and there we go. So this will increase your power, right? And then for the other one, it's called Happy Catch, and that's where you increase its speed. So let me show you how to play this one. You just have to press the up and down buttons to catch all the musical notes while avoiding the poop. Like this. Okay, the moment you miss one, then it's game over. So that's where we increase our speed. Okay, so that was about training. And that's about it. So these are the various options in care. The next item on our menu is memories. This is where you collect all the different locations that you have been before. So if I go into it, you can go into the album. And this is all the locations that I have been before. Okay, for example, the cute cafe. So if I click into it, then I will be able to see the commemorative photo that I took when I visited this location before. And then this is another location. Okay, basically all the locations that I visited. And of course, you can see some that are not yet unlocked. That means I have not visited them yet. So your goal is to visit all the locations and fill up the album fully. And we have friends. So these are like friends that you visit on your outings. So like occasionally when you are on a walk, you may encounter some other flowers. So that is where all your friends go. And for souvenirs, I guess these are also items that you can collect on your outings. Okay. All right. And so these are memories. And finally, we have settings. So under settings, there's a lot of things you can do, like set up the sound, you can set the volume, you can even mute it, right? And then we have the light. So this is like basically the brightness of the screen. Okay. Next, we have the time. This is obviously self-explanatory. You get to set the time. And then the user, this is my name. You get to set your own name. And then you can choose if you want to rename. And your flower's name. So you can change your flower's name as well. Alright, next we go on to language. So this is where you can set whether you want your device to be in English or Japanese. Okay, so this is the display. You can set it as on or off. So if I set it as on, okay, then when it goes to like standby mode, the screen will be on. And then if you set it as off, then when it goes to standby mode, and the screen will be off once it goes into standby mode. So that is the difference of setting your screen on and off in the display. Right, next is data reset. Of course, if you click this, then all your data will be reset and your game will be brand new. Next is the mode. So for the mode, you can choose whether you want your flower to be displayed in like the face mode or like the entire flower mode. So let me show you what I mean. So if I select the full body flower mode, and then when I go back to like the idle screen, then I will see my flower like that. Okay, but when I select the other display, that is the face, then when you go to the idle screen, then it will just show the face like that.